Hello everybody, my name is Lesh Eisner and welcome to the Canadian Money Talk, the channel about Canadian investing and personal finance. Please like and subscribe. I record 2 videos per week, so make sure you ring the notification bell to get notified each time one comes out. This video is about the RRSP Meltdown. Now, RRSPs can be looked at as a tax liability, especially once you get into big numbers such as 500,000 or more in your RRSP. Now, some people might argue that's a nice problem to have, but at 71, you are forced to convert it to a RIF and you need to start withdrawing. If you converted it to a RIF earlier, you'll need to start withdrawing 2% a year, which isn't very much at all. At 71, it is 5%. At 88, it is 10%. And it maxes out at 20% per year, all based on your age. So if you have a couple $100,000 in your RSP, this isn't a problem. So if you have over a $500,000, one solution is just to start pulling the RSPs early to level your income and prevent a spike later when the CPP and old age security kick in. And this is to prevent an old age security clawback if you are making too much at that point. So you can just start withdrawing RSPs early rather than waiting. Rather than just withdrawing the RSPs early, you can add on a tax solution with a strategy that makes the RSP withdrawals tax neutral. This is the RSP Meltdown. There's a couple of versions. Number one, you can borrow to invest more money into non-registered segregated funds with these segregated mutual funds as the collateral for the loan. And then you can use the interest tax deduction to offset the income from the RSPs that you are withdrawing at the same time. So you're effectively moving the money out of your RSP as you withdraw it into non-registered funds which don't have to be withdrawn. This move, of course, is done by having two separate buckets of money. So you're not actually moving, things are just being done in parallel. Now, the financial advisor who first introduced me to this said that to get the loan covered by the investments, you need them to be segregated funds, which are insurance products with a minimum return. There's a life insurance, and there's other safety factors built in. But as a result, there are super high management expense ratios, very high fees. This is because of all these safety features, and some institutions will lend you money against them, even though it will possibly be at a higher interest rate. The segregated funds strategy is obviously loved by financial advisors because of the high commissions, and you're giving them more business and more investments to charge those commissions on because you are borrowing money and this is money that you didn't have before. Now, the second version of this is if you have sufficient real estate, you can simply borrow against the home or homes in a home equity line of credit. And assuming that you meet the criteria, which is one, you're borrowing to invest, two, you're investing in something that will have income, and three, you are investing in a non-registered account, then you can write off the interest, and this will also offset the RSP withdrawals. So how does the math work? Let's say, as an example, that you have $400,000 in RSPs. And at age 60, you want to burn down the RSPs before you start taking CPP and old age security at 70. At 71, you're forced to flip the RSP into a RIF and forced to withdraw from it, and then you'd be in a higher tax bracket. So you'd like to do the RSP meltdown in a tax neutral way, since from 60 to 70, you're still earning a lot of money. So in the 10 years, you want to take 40,000 each year out of the RSP. If your HELOC or the segregated fund loan charges 5%, you would need to borrow 800,000. So that's the 40,000 a year divided by 5%, which is the interest rate. And then you'd invest that in a non-registered account. The 800,000 investment would grow, hopefully, and there's no forced withdrawals. The 40,000 in interest would offset the 40,000 in income, And when you get to 71, you would be in a relatively low tax bracket, collecting CPP and old age security without any fears of clawbacks. And you would be earning some cash flow from the $800,000 investment that you had started and that you have great control over. And you sort of converted the 400,000 in RSPs to a non-registered 800,000. Let me remind you again that borrowing to invest is risky. And especially if you don't really have a tax problem, this may not be the strategy for you. Because at 88, you only need to pull 10% per year from RSP. So if you have a couple of 100,000, this is not an issue. The high MER insurance products are likely not making you as much money as possibly other investments. So this strategy is mostly for the taxes and to the benefit of your financial advisor. But I just wanted to put it out there for you as a strategy. The HELOC version might be better if you have sufficient credit. So if you have any requests on what you'd like me to cover in future videos, please put that into the comment section. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and may you have a profitable day.